we're here. We've made it. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I am still, at this point in time, moonfeatherblue, fantasy writer, and shy magical library in human skin. Why did I say shy? The shy is true, but I cut the shy a while ago. I did not think it was necessary. Hello everyone, hello PK Demo, hello Elfie, hello Ashley. It's so lovely to see all of you. Kept us waiting just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, I'm just here to vibe as I'm not that good at writing. Oh, Subu, and you guys are nice. Oh, that's so lovely of you to say. And you brought the coffee. Excellent. Oh, cheese doodles too. Excellent. Yes, I should have put on some popcorn. Yes, I thought, 2 minutes to 11 here. I should have put on some popcorn. But no, I forgot. Then the only real snack I've got here are some Arnott's barbecue shapes, if you've heard of them. They're not my absolute favorite. They're very nice. They're not my absolute favorite, but I will definitely eat them. So Blue has a snack too, and Blue has filled her hydration flask to the top. We're good to go. Oh dear. Yes, it's no wonder I forgot to put on popcorn. I've had a particularly absent-minded evening. Yes, I thought I would try to do something vaguely useful before the stream, and I've been trying to learn some basics in GIMP to work on some things, some stuff and things, as you do. And yes, I got a little bit distracted, as is wont to happen to me often. And yes, in that fugue state of distraction, I forgot that I had made some soup, and I had to blitz the soup and freeze the soup. I also forgot to prepare Small One Two's bottles. The soup is also for Small One Two primarily. So, yes, he seems to like the thin foods very much still, even though he is a slightly older baby. But, yes, and he has somehow tried seafood chowder, and he very much enjoyed the seafood chowder. But as you know, Blue is not so adept at the preparation of seafood. Yes, for reasons which you know, I'm sure, by now. So I just thought I'd make him a veggie soup and see how he goes. But yes, I forgot I did it. I forgot, but it is now blitzed. It is now in the freezer. The bottles are filled. Yes, had to get it done now because I'm 90% sure that had I waited until after the stream, I would have completely forgotten. Oh dear. The Blue hungers. Indeed. The Blue is always hungry. That's my secret. Always hungry. Oh, I don't have snacks when I'm saving for a grill party later today, so I have an alibi. Indeed you do. Enjoy the grill. Ooh, delicious. Alrighty. Now, it has been a while, hasn't it? So I believe we chose this date for this stream because it's as close to the 1 year anniversary to the brainstorming stream as we could get, falling on a Saturday. So, yes, a year. A lot has happened, hasn't it? It's been somehow both intense but also very sedentary, oddly. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, to be fair, most seafood is a chore to prepare. Okay, well, I will not mind so much that I do not like the seafood. Hope Reaper makes it here too. Yes, Reaper normally comes a little bit later. So I had been planning on doing Reaper's in the middle because that's when we got the submissions. But if we finish Ashley's and Reaper's still not here, we might move on to Elfie's first, just to give Reaper a bit more of a chance to get here. I hope everyone will be all right with that. Oh, dearie me. I think, therefore, I'm Blue? Maybe. Goodness me, where does my head go sometimes? Sounds like a good idea. Sounds good. Thank you. That will make things work better, I think. Oh, dearie me. We will start soon. I just feel like I should sit on this lovely library screen for a little while and, float around, not quite apologies, and wondering where the time's gone, and wondering where brainstorming streams will go in the future, sort of thing. Oh, I've been wondering, because of course, this is such a lovely, I love these streams. They're nice and quiet, and it's so wonderful that all of you do these wonderful submissions. It does make Blue feel rather unproductive, though, because Blue does have trouble getting things done. I know there are reasons. There's always reasons. I don't know if they're excuses. Maybe you know better than me. I'm not sure. But, oh dear. I'm trying to come up with a plan. I'm always trying to come up with a plan. They never work out, but at least I'm trying. Oh, a proper vibe, if you will. But, yeah. Wondering how many short stories I can sort of prepare in advance, and then I could, find a professional editor to just sort of edit them all at once. And then, I've been trying to figure out a doable release time, and the best thing I can come up with is once a month. That doesn't seem like enough with short stories. But there's other projects and there's other responsibilities, and I don't know, there's no point biting off more than I can chew and then freaking out about it later. But, my brain is saying, once a week! Video once a week! Do it! Do it, Blue! Do it! And has Blue at knife point. Oh dear. Vibe stream. Lovely. We do love a good vibe, so long as it is pleasant. And we are a pleasant bunch, no matter how much our minds go to cannibalism. Unintentionally, I hope. Oh dear, I do have so many short story ideas, and I do generally write down the concept as soon after I think of it as I can. I just have a massive list of short stories to write in Obsidian. Dear. And a few are half written, a few are almost done, but yeah. I think all of this is coming to, I think I'm going to, once we do the next brainstorming stream, it's not going to be a month before the reading stream. I think 2 or 3 months is probably a better idea. I just feel like I want to give you a bit more time to work on it. I know a year is way too long, but that's not going to be the main thing that happens. But I think maybe 3 months, particularly as well, because Blue's only streaming once a week and will potentially move up to twice. I just need lots of stream time to do everything we want to do. So I think maybe 3 months might be a good compromise between 1 month and a year. Oh, I plead fifth. Oh, that cannibalism was just a happy accident at work. Oh, good idea. That's going to give us more space for work. Excellent. I'm sure that if we knew we were going to wait a year, somebody would make a movie. Well, that would be pretty epic. That would indeed be. Oh, I'm fine with any schedule. Wonderful. Well, I think 3 months might be the best way to go. So, I'm not sure we should do it immediately after. I think having one break stream between. Sorry, thinking aloud. That's the best thing to do when you're a streamer, isn't it? Thinking out loud. Normally you try not to, because I'm going to annoy everyone around me, but yeah. If I annoy you by thinking out loud, let me know. Oh, dearie me. Dearie, what was I talking about? Annoying. Thinking aloud. 3 months. Where did we go? Oh, I was thinking about making a game. Excellent. Yes, I forgot exactly where I was going, which, probably demonstrates quite well just how Blue is faring at the moment. Oh dear, I wonder if 10 years from now a far older and hopefully more accomplished Blue will look back and watch some of these streams and be like, oh my goodness. Blue, what is going on in your head? Is there anything going on in your head? Goodness me. Okay, so should we get started? Would that be nice? That would be nice. Oh, general small one warning. Yes, he could wake up at any time, as we know. But yes, he's been a bit sick lately. We've all been sick this week. Blue was sick a few days ago, but then almost completely recovered by the next day, which was very lucky because otherwise I probably wouldn't have a voice for this stream. But I do, and we're all recovering. But yes, he had 2 reasonably intense naps today, so I'm not sure if he's going to sleep through. We shall see. Alrighty, where are we? Oh, so I can look ahead and read the stories and not look like I'm looking in strange directions. I've got everything set up on my second monitor except the stories, so it's a slightly different setup to what I'm used to. But hopefully it won't mess me around too much. Oh, then you'll take an automatically explained break. A break that small one too will explain. Indeed. But he woke up slightly about 20 minutes before the stream started and just went back to sleep with a pat. So hopefully he'll be good till the end. Alrighty. Let us change scenes. Let's jump over here. There we go. Oh, Blue is large. Blue is large. Blue, small. Small Blue. Small Blue, go to the corner. Get in the corner, Blue. There we go. Small Blue is in the corner. Okay, so we shall be starting with the wonderful Ashley Ronan's story, which is entitled A Friend of Wax. There are, in fact, 5 chapters up here, I believe, but we're just going to be reading the first 2, the pilot. Oh dear. Oh, my nose chooses this moment to be oh funny. Give me a sec. There we go. Dang, 7 months it has been. Yeah, you're fairly on top of things. A lot more on top of things than Blue. Okay, so A Friend of Wax. Let's have a look at the synopsis. It's a lovely cover art, by the way. Beautiful. Oh, Haru brought some wax. Olivia brought a candle. Olivia. Am I pronouncing that close to correct? Please let me know. Oh, I've been trying really hard not to read this. I almost failed. Congratulations. Your patience is admirable and incredible. Oh dear. And now I'm staring directly at my snacks. Snack. Yum. Come on. There we go. Yes, the pronunciation was very on point. Thank you. Hopefully I will keep it up. Okay, those snacks are a lot drier than I thought they'd be. I probably shouldn't eat them while I'm talking. No more dry snacks for Blue. Okay. Let us go. Harry brought some wax. Olivia brought a candle. Next thing they noticed is that now Haru is somehow seeing through Olivia's eyes and hearing through his ears. This is the beginning of the most unusual friendship they could have anticipated. So chapters 1 and 2 are for MacGuffins You Write. Hooray! Oh, just remember that RM Polish is always pronounced and it's always a trill. Okay. Olivier. Hopefully. Oh yes, by the way, I haven't read any of these yet either. It's all new for Blue, all new for everyone. We shall read them together. Okay. Let's go. Chapter 1. Okay. Chapter 1, The Last Supper, or Pilot, Part 1. "Do you think your life could be better?" said the smiling candle seller. Something about these words deeply resonated with Haru. She was looking at the candles at the stall. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I just lost my microphone for a second. Some of them were lit, making the stall the only part of the hospital corridor illuminated by something else than the moon. The candles were a bright and frivolous decoration of an otherwise dreary building. Standing there and staring into the flickering flames and melting wax, Haru reflected on her life. Sure, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. Haru had no real perspective on her life. Each time she had an idea, a dream, it was always crushed. Her heart defect made her give up skating. Her disillusionment with the nature of her condition made her give up medicine. She had no idea if she had time to learn drawing, and was on a good way to give up on that as well. She was losing the idea of how she would want her life to look like. And now she was waiting for a surgery supposed to prolong her life, but also likely to kill her. Haru looked at the smiling candle seller, then at his candles, and finally at the tips of her slippers. "Yes," said Haru, "it could definitely be better. I just wish I had more time. And what if I told you I can give you more time?" asked the candle seller. Haru looked at the candle seller with a disbelieving look and shook her head from side to side. "Who are you? A divine surgeon?" said Haru. "What can you do for me?" "Take a look at my candles," said the candle seller. Haru looked around the stall. She once again found herself mesmerized in a riot of colours. There was, however, something strange about them. All the unlit candles were coloured, and all the lit candles were completely white. "All of these colourful candles are waiting to find a friend," said the candle seller. "I can find a friend for you too. One with whom you shall live a long life, in the good and in the bad. One with whom you'll enrich each other's lives." Haru simply laughed at the idea. "Yeah, right, a long life," said Haru. "It'd indeed be lovely. Just so you know, I already have a friend, and everything looks like I won't be in her life for much longer." "But you would like to live and find a purpose, don't you?" asked the candle seller. Haru went silent and whispered, "Yes. So, if I could give you a longer life, would you take it?" asked the candle seller. "Yes," said Haru through tears, dominated by her fear of the next day. The smiling candle seller opened a hot pot of melted wax and sunk a small copper skillet-like spoon in it. He stirred the contents of the pot, took out a small portion of the wax, and spilled it into the little mound. It cooled down, hardened, and took on a bluish colour. "Isn't it beautiful?" asked the candle seller. "It looks almost like a teeny tiny ice rink." Haru took the wax mound into her hand. "What is this?" she asked the candle seller. "If you think your life is ending, then eat this." Haru almost jumped back from disgust. "Eat? Wax?" Haru almost shouted. "How? Why would I?" "Don't worry, it actually tastes really sweet," said the candle seller. "Besides, don't they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger?" Haru glanced at the wax mold and considered the candle seller's offer. "What's it going to cost me?" Haru asked. "Don't worry about that," said the candle seller. "There's no greater reward for me than a happy customer." Let's just say I remember what mental state I wrote those pilot chapters in, and I'm already expecting some shivers. I'm doing kind of better, kind of worse now. Oh dear. Well, I hope the kind of better sort of, what's the word, overpowers the kind of worse. Haru returned to her bed, but she still couldn't sleep. She couldn't stop thinking about her surgery, about how, despite being high risk, it was necessary for her. She felt trapped between a rock and a hard place. But most importantly, she felt scared. Scared of her life being over before it really started for good. Scared of running out of time, scared of death. Haru took her phone and read the last message she got. It was from her friend Ichiko. "Everything is going to be great. Stay strong. I believe in your heart." Haru completely lost herself in tears. She found herself lucky to be alone in the room, because for sure she would wake her neighbour with her cry. Her tear-ridden eyes focused on the wax mound on her cabinet. Maybe she was desperate. Maybe she thought she had nothing to lose. Whatever might have been the reason, Haru put the wax in her mouth and swallowed it. She felt the wax melting. I did it again. She felt the wax melting around her throat and filling her tongue with the taste of honey. She didn't even notice when sleep knocked her out. Haru found it nonsensical that the doctors woke her up in the morning. After all, they only did it to put her under anesthetic. The strange gas from her mask was the last thing Haru smelt. Oh, funny tongue twister there. Max wound, wax mound. A while later, she found herself blind and unable to move. She was scared and anxious. What happened? Was the surgery a success? Was she dead? Was she simply half unconscious? What was going on? From the surrounding darkness, she heard the voice of the candle seller. "You've met with an unfortunate fate, haven't you? Oh dear, poor Haru." In that state, Haru has spent more time than she could remember. After a long time, she felt as if she had spent more time like that than as a conscious person able to move. In complete darkness, and without being able to say a single word. And yet, there was a strange feeling in her mind, as if she was waiting for somebody. After what felt like an eternity, Haru felt herself being lifted and taken somewhere. The walk was dragging on, but compared to the rest of her new life, it felt like a blink of an eye. Then she felt herself being put on something cold, and then warmth, then melting, and the urge to sleep. Suddenly, Haru noticed something strange. She actually could see again, or something like that. Everything was smudgy and vague and distorted, as if Haru was looking at the world through a thick layer of fog. But she could see again, that was for sure. Then Haru noticed that she could hear again, although she couldn't understand what the sounds were. She heard every sound, as if the buzzing of cicadas was distorting them, but at least she could hear again. Haru also noticed that she could finally move her body, but there was one problem. Why was it moving by itself with no intention from Haru? Why was she not in control, and what was it doing? And why did it feel so inexplicably strange and foreign? Throughout the day, Haru could see better and better. She started to understand her surroundings. It seemed she was at some kind of school. There was some kind of lesson going on. Her body was making notes, but was writing considerably slowly. She could make out individual sounds, she could hear words, but every word sounded otherworldly. And no writing she could see was decipherable. Haru heard the teacher talking to her body. She heard it responding with an alien voice, too deep, too sharp, too creaky, and then she heard the teacher respond with a sigh of disappointment and more incomprehensible words. At this point, Haru was actually terrified of what was going on around her. When her body was returning from school, she could hear some students shouting and laughing at it. Once again, she couldn't understand any words, but she could feel their energy. It was not hatred, but ridicule and disdain. The words meant nothing for Haru, but their tone felt unbearable. She felt her body tripping on something and falling on its face. In an instant, the pain felt like the worst pain she had felt in her life. Was it still her life? Was she living through someone else's life? The first thing Haru could read was a sign on a pharmacy her body was leaving. She could then understand more and more signs, billboards and signposts, but she couldn't understand how. They were not at all familiar. Yet they were becoming less and less mystical for some reason. Soon, Haru's body returned to its home. It seemed to greet somebody, but no one answered. It threw a plastic bag it was carrying on its desk. It took out a box of pills. Haru tried reading the box in the short time she could and made out that the pills were made out of, oh goodness me, acetylsalicylic acid. Oh dear. Oh dear. I used to be able to pronounce these words. Acetylsalicylic acid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh dear. I really need to brush up on how to pronounce such words. She recognized the substance from her previous life. It was a heart medication. She used to take it. Haru's body took a glass and started popping the pills in one by one. And soon the glass was about half full. Then the body went to a cupboard and took out a can of beer. Oh, aspirin. Thank you, aspirin. Aspirin. I know that one. Something about her body's actions made Haru feel uneasy, even anxious. Just then the body poured the beer into the glass with the pills. Oh dear, this isn't good, this isn't good. With a fork it mixed the two things to create a turbid quote-unquote drink. When Haru's body raised the glass, it said the first bit of speech Haru understood. In my next life I want to become a Rani. Haru instinctively knew what her body was trying to do. Suddenly the fear of the impending end returning to her, not only her end, but also of whoever she was observing. She had no idea if she could stop it, but she tried shouting, "No, don't do it." Somehow, Haru's body seemed to hear her and turned around. It must have been sure it came from behind it, and when it saw nobody, it felt really confused. Haru could hear its heavy breathing. "Who are you?" said the body with a boyish voice. "Where are you? How are you here?" The boy was rapidly twisting his head from one side to another. This was all giving Haru a headache, or something she could describe like that. "Hold up, calm down," shouted Haru. "I'll explain. I'll try to explain everything." The boy froze and slowly moved his face back to the front. In his sight, the glass with the suicidal drink appeared again. "All right, first put the glass down," said Haru. The boy looked directly at the glass and slowly put it back on the table. He hesitated a little, but he let go of it and instead took hold of his arm. Good, said Haru. Now, let's talk. Okay, Chapter 2. Chapter 2, A Voice from the Flame, or Pilot Part 2. Oh, here we go. Do you think your life could be better? Said the smiling candle seller. Something about these words deeply resonated with Olivier. He was looking at the candles in the window. Some of them were lit, making the abandoned building the only part of the street illuminated by something else than the moon or the street lamps. The candles were bright and frivolous decoration that seemed to make no sense in a place like that. I really like the almost, like some parts here exactly the same as the first, but the slight differences and additions that, yeah, I think that's really well done. That was a good idea. Standing there and staring into the flickering flames and melting wax, Olivier reflected on his life. He had no doubt. It was awful. His classmates always turned him into a patsy, thanks to the peculiarities of his mind and personality. In his house, his parents were often arguing, and he had no idea why. Thanks to all of that, he fell behind the class, and even the teachers turned their backs on him. His only solace was hidden in his favourite movies and shows, especially his beloved space story, Trip Through Stars. But what good did it do? If that was what his life was distilling into, he could as well end it. Olivier looked at the smiling candle seller, and then at his candles, and finally he closed his eyes and started crying. Yes, Olivier shouted, yes, my life is awful. And what if I told you I can make it less awful? Asked the smiling candle seller. Well, thank you, the most artistic use of Control-C and Control-V I've ever done in my life. Oh dear, yes, it is very creative. I think so too, Alfie. Olivier opened his eyes and asked, how? Take a look at my candles, said the candle seller. Olivier looked at the candles in the window. He found himself lost in all the different colours. All of these colourful candles are waiting to find a friend, said the candle seller. I can make one of them find you, a friend with whom you shall live a happy life in the good and in the bad, one with whom you'll enrich each other's lives. Olivier couldn't understand what the candle seller was saying, but he thought that he could buy a candle and make him happy. After all, he wanted to kill himself by the next day. Why would buying a candle change? What would buying a candle change? Sorry, what, not why. What would buying a candle change? Okay, I guess I'll buy one, said Olivier. Wonderful, said the smiling candle seller. From the back shelf, the candle seller took a slender, bluish, ice-like candle. This one, said the candle seller. I think you'll like her. If you feel like you can't take it any longer, then light her. Olivier took a closer look at the candle. He did like it a bit, and was too tired to choose another one. How much? Asked Olivier. Don't worry about that, said the candle seller. There's no greater reward for me than a happy customer. Olivier found it strange that the candle seller wanted no payment, but decided not to argue. The next night it would mean absolutely nothing, so he simply thanked the candle seller, took his new candle, and said goodbye. Olivier decided to return home. It was almost 2 in the morning and he was getting tired, but just as he made a few steps, he noticed something unusual. Did the candle seller refer to the candle as her, as if it was a person? Hey, Olivier called to the candle seller as she turned back towards his store. But the store disappeared, leaving only the ruined building behind. Olivier's midnight walks were not good for his health. Sneaking out in the middle of the night just to aimlessly roam the streets is not something a student should do. But he was only doing it to cope. After all, it was the one part of his day that felt silent. And in that silence, Olivier found true escape from the noises of his everyday life. That night he was sure he was going to do it. Olivier was going to end it all just after he returned from school. He was going to buy a box of medicine, eat it all, and down it with beer from his father's supply. From the research he did, acetylic salicylic acid, aspirin, should be available without any prescription. Just before Olivier went to sleep, he remembered the candle he bought. He placed it on the windowsill. He found himself intrigued by it. No, by the whole meeting with the smiling candle seller. What even happened? And what was that whole talk about candles? He was supposed to light it when he felt he couldn't take it any longer? Well, he did feel he couldn't take it any longer. So, Olivier took a match from the drawer in the kitchen and lit the candle. He felt the smell of the snowdrop flowers and unstoppable drowsiness. It wasn't long before he fell asleep. Haru was still in shock after her new body suicide attempt. Just as she regained life, she almost lost it once again. Even if it actually wasn't her life, but that was something to worry about later. What was most important at that moment was trying to reason with whoever she was sharing the body with and finding out what was going on. And not only about the strange circumstances that led them to meeting in such an unusual way. Right, first things first, said Haru. What is your name? The boy started to fidget with his legs. Haru felt a bit uncomfortable about that. She wanted to ask the boy to stop, but she thought that would disturb the conversation. Olivia, the boy said. Olivia, said Haru. Interesting name. I'm Haru. Don't be nervous, I just want to talk. Olivia was on the edge of panic. How did he acquire a voice in his head that was just trying to tell him to abandon his suicide attempt? Can you tell me why you wanted to drink that? Said Haru. No rush. Instead of answering, Olivia took out his phone and opened the search engine. In the search bar he typed, "There is a voice in my head that talks with me." He was about to touch the search button when he heard a voice from downstairs. I suppose that probably is the first thing we'd do now, isn't it? We'd just look it up. Look it up. Look up the strange thing that's happening to me. Oh, hello, I'm home. Olivia jumped out of his chair as if it burned him. Oh, hello, Mum, Olivia shouted back. Knowing his mother could come to the kitchen at any moment, Olivia grabbed the glass with his almost last drink and poured it out in the sink. He quickly poured some tap water into the glass when his mum came in with a crackling foil bag. Hi, Sonny, said Olivia's mother. Would you mind helping me with the groceries? Ah, yes, said Olivia and jumped to take his mum's bag. When all the hard work had been done and Olivia got free, he went to his room to get some privacy. He wanted to talk to Haru, and, as can be expected, he preferred to do that in private. How would that look if there was someone listening to them? And they had a lot of questions to ask each other. Okay, let's start with the most important thing, said Olivia. Who are you? What do you mean? I'm just a regular girl, said Haru. At least I was until you showed up. What do you mean I showed up? It's you who showed up, said Olivia. Before that, I used to be a regular guy too. Interesting of you to say so, said Haru. Then it all devolved into a lengthy argument. Okay, I have an idea how to settle this, said Haru. Can you remember what happened before we met? And I mean, preferably yesterday? I don't think there was anything notable happening to me that day, said Olivia. Usual school stuff and then some trip through stars. My parents weren't arguing that much since it was a Tuesday. Nothing out of the ordinary, for sure, asked Haru. Well, at night I met this old guy who was selling candles, said Olivia. Haru realized how similar that sounded to her experience. Hold up. A candle seller? Said Haru. Yes, he gave me that strange candle, said Olivia. Hold on, I'll look for it. When Olivia was rummaging through his room looking for the candle, Haru remembered something. I've met him too, Haru said. You'll call me crazy, but he gave me some wax to eat. Yeah, that definitely sounds crazy, said Olivia. Although it's weird how he vanished when I got just a few steps away. Did he make you pay? Asked Haru. No, actually, said Olivia. Just like me, said Haru. After a lot of going back and forward around his room, Olivia realized something. It's gone, the candle. Have you looked everywhere? Asked Haru. Yes, for sure, said Olivia. Well, I suppose there's no way to prove my little midnight snack ever existed too, said Haru, unless they do some kind of post-mortem examination on me. The semi-conscious string of words made Haru realize something that shook her significantly. The day after I ate the wax, I had a surgery, said Haru. Am I dead? Olivia pondered the question. You sound very alive to me, said Olivia, but do you suggest that you are a ghost that's haunting me? I don't even know what to think at this point, said Haru. But one thing seems obvious, said Olivia. This all has something to do with that candle seller. I agree, said Haru. Let's use the weekend to look for him, said Olivia. Maybe he'll have some answers. I can't help but wonder, why us? Do you think there might have been a reason? Asked Haru. Maybe. I'd love to know, said Olivia. All right. Is there anything else we want to discuss? The boy didn't really have anything in mind, but Haru was still curious about some things. Can you tell me, what is that language that everyone is talking and that's everywhere on the streets? Asked Haru. Is it your first time speaking Polish? Asked Olivia. Although your name doesn't really sound Polish. Yeah, I was in a hospital in Japan one day, and the next day I woke up in a completely different part of the world, said Haru. And I suppose the wax is to thank for the fact that I can understand your language now. For now, let's keep it at that, said Olivia. Haru wanted to know one more thing. It bothered her ever since she saw it. Hey, could you show me that black gadget of yours one more time? Haru asked. What, this? Olivia asked while taking the rectangular device out of his pocket. My phone? This is a phone? Asked Haru. The device seemed alien to her, like something straight out of a science fiction manga. It's so big. And where's the keyboard? Does it have none? But I clearly saw it. Jeez, makes you sound like you come from a really long time ago, said Olivia. Haru was hit by those words as if by a truck. She felt existential dread unlike anything she felt before. What day is it? Haru asked. No, what year is it? I'm sure it must be 2004. No, said Olivia. It's actually, 2024. Haru couldn't believe it. Her mind spiraled into denial. No, how could this be? How did it happen that she missed 20 years? How did she black out for so long? What was going on back at home? What else had changed besides phones? Haru tried to scream, but no words could describe what she was feeling, and her shout remained silent. Is everything all right? Asked Olivia. No, said Haru, sounding as if she was crying. Suddenly, Olivia felt something running down his cheek. When he wiped it, he saw it looked like water. After wiping some more, he discovered it was a tear, and there were more running from his eyes. But they couldn't be his tears. They must have been Haru's. Olivia was trying to cheer the strange girl from his head up, but everything he could think of saying was, "We'll find him. We'll find him and we'll figure everything out." Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you so much. So, if anyone wishes to continue reading into chapters 3, 4, and 5, make sure you're in the Discord and you can follow the link. Follow the link in the MacGuffins You Write channel and you can read the rest. Thank you, Ashley. That was lovely. Very intense. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yes, yes. Oh, this was awesome. Indeed, indeed. You all work so hard on these. It's so amazing. Okay. Well, I think Reaper still isn't here. So let's jump over to Elfie's story. I just have to do something slightly fancy with Prism to make this work. I'm glad I tend to prepare in advance. Oh, the existential dread. That would be pretty intense. Just, I imagine that's a bit like, you know, the waking up from a coma after 10, 20, 30 years. Just, wow. It's, I suppose the closest thing you can compare it with is ridiculous levels of culture shock, because there would be culture shock involved as well, wouldn't there? Because technology's changed, culture's changed, everyone will be older. Oh dear, that would be... Yes, I wonder sometimes, given the imagination Blue has, she has had the imaginings more than once, thinking, waking up after a long time. But yeah, I think it's more waking up and being scared of the time that was missed, as in what we did in that time. I think possibly if it was like this jump and we were sort of a spirit or dead and time jumped like that, it's still a lot, but at least you know you haven't forgotten, you know, everything you did and all the people you loved in that time. I think, you know, just the idea of falling asleep one day, living the normal life, and then waking up, you know, 20 years later and you've lived a life but you'll never remember it. That's just a lot. Oh, there will be more kind of... Well, the smartphones would be just the tip of the iceberg. Oh yes. You have to incorporate more cultural differences into chapters 7 and onwards. It'll be interesting. It will. Okay, doing something fancy. Watch me use Prism to its full extent. Kind of. Where are we? Here we are. Okay, there we are. Yay, Blue did it. There we are. Just taking headphones off for a second to listen for small ones. Hear no small ones, see no small ones. Okay, so Elfie's lovely story is called Drifting Asleep. Oh, by the way, the setting for Drifting Asleep is inspired by the 1890s. Ooh, wonderful. I take it there may be some steam involved. I like steam. Steam engines. Steam engines is the best. Steam engines are the best thing about the 1890s. They were around before then, weren't they? Well, before then, I think, but Blue just likes steam engines. Okay, let's move into Elfie's story called Drifting Asleep. Okay, and please forgive me if I pronounce any of these beautiful conlang words incorrectly. Well, imagine suddenly seeing a small one in university saying, "Welcome to the future, Mum. It was difficult to resurrect you, but now my doctrine is infallible." Oh dear, don't give her any ideas. I think generally if she's asked what she wants to be when she grows up, she says she wants to be a doctor and a dance teacher. So, yeah, the resurrection doctory stuff. Oh dear, I don't want her to get sort of locked into a career path at the age of 5. That's a little too intense. It's already a bit too intense being expected to know what we want to do when we're just 15, 16, 17. But 5 is a bit, that's just a bit too much. Okay, I'm just going to shift forward a bit because I need to get closer to the screen just so the font's just slightly small for Blue's size. Blue wears glasses. See? Don't actually wear them for reading. But, yeah, that's okay. Okay, drifting asleep. I'm sorry. Oh yes, and Elfie did indeed have a journey writing this, if you look through the Discord. Goodness me. Well done, Elfie. Congratulations for getting it done. And I hope you did have fun with it, and I hope you do get some sleep soon. Good sleep. Here we are. Night falls upon Futara Estate. A Miss Suhufri. Suhufri. Is it? Oh, the HR. Suhufri has just changed into her chemise. The curtains cover the many windows in her bedchamber. She lays in her luxurious bed thinking, what's the point of suffering? She drifts asleep to the sound of birds singing outside, still pondering the same question. Oh, I had both fun and sleep. Excellent. Pronounce the H and like it is TH. TH, okay. Have a congratulatory cup of coffee, Elfie. Okay, so TH. Sithifie? Sithifie. Hopefully. Oh, she emerges at a golden crossroads within the dream. She looks around for anyone else, but she doesn't see anyone. There's some movement in the windows around the golden roads, but still no one outside. Why aren't any common folk here? They should be asleep too now, shouldn't they? She walks forward, eventually coming to the foot of a hill. Brother must know what's going on. The weave can't be unraveling, right? The stars and moon of the dreamscape illuminate her path up the hill, showing her the way to the Dreamweaver's tower. Before walking ahead, she looks at the horizon first. Everything seems normal. The tower, in contrast to everything else, seems to not be affected by the dreamscape's light. The windows and door of the tower shines regardless with what seems like starlight from within the tower. She approaches the door and grabs the gold doorknob, but before she can open the door, she phases through it and sinks into the stone floor, ending up in the basement. Or maybe a congratulatory cup of snoozy choc would be better. Oh, yes. Yes, I would probably take snoozy choc over coffee because Blue doesn't drink coffee. And when Blue says she would have snoozy choc, it means she would melt some dairy milk chocolate. Possibly put a tiny bit of milk in it just to make it a bit thinner, and then just drink that. Oh, here we are. Oh. Sorry, thought I heard small 1, 2. Did I punch the microphone? Sorry. In the basement sits the Dreamweaver at his loom, the loom of dreams. Oh, I love looms. I love magical looms. Ooh, choc would be nice, yeah. We'll have some chamomile tea. Ooh, that could be a nice compromise. The Dreamweaver turns towards Miss Sithufie and drops his dark and hooded cloak. His face, emerging out of shadows, begins to shine, basking in the mysterious starlight from a nearby lantern, shining like the most radiant of gold. "Greetings, sister," he says with a soft voice. "Greetings indeed, brother. What a beautiful display of dream-weaving that was," she says, stalling for time to ponder how to bring up the missing people with her brother. "Thank you. I hoped I'd come to be appreciated soon enough. What's the matter? You seem distressed." The Dreamweaver says concernedly to Miss Sithufie, "When I emerged with the dreamscape tonight, the Golden Crossroads were devoid of any people. There were some nobles inside the nearby buildings, but no common folk to speak of. What's going on, brother?" He responds, "Strange, strange indeed. Could it have to do with the summer solstice? People can't sleep because it's too bright at night. That could be it. Sorry, I think I mixed up who was speaking there. Oh, no, I'm okay, the Dreamweaver says. That's relating to the earlier dialogue. Sorry about that. This still isn't good, Miss Sithufyu thinks before saying, I leave the duty to you, brother. I believe you know what to do to solve this upcoming crisis. The summer solstice might be tomorrow, but there's still time. The Dreamweaver smiles and puts back on his cloak. He begins to weave again and says, Your little project is still at the top of the tower. I will help you get there. You're welcome. He flicks with his fingers, and Miss Sithufyu is sent up to the tower, phasing through 8 stone floors. Goodness me, that would make me so dizzy. Hope it's not as... I'm seeing in my mind when Saruman sends Gandalf to the top of Orthanc in the Fellowship of the Ring film. I'm hoping her journey upwards is slightly more pleasant, less spinny and yelly. Oh, the top floor of the tower was a room illuminated by a mysterious starlight lantern too, with an unfinished mosaic on the wall. She works on the mosaic for the rest of the night, and is pulled out of the dreamscape by a ray of sunshine. That sounds lovely. Miss Sithufyu is once more lying in her bed with a ray of sunshine that slipped through the curtains on her face. She opens the curtains, sunlight hitting the clock, revealing the time to be 9 hours after midnight. Stairs go spinny. Oh dear. So dizzy. A maid helps Miss Sithufyu change out of her chemise into an elaborate outfit with 2 layers of undyed silk undergarments, poofy green cotton pants, gold beaded belts at her ankles and waist, an unremarkable corset, a fine green sleeveless cotton shirt, a hooded deer fur cloak going down to her lower ribs, and a gold beaded necklace tied up with a red bow in the back, hidden by her long dark blonde hair. How unfortunate no one will see the red bow. I think it's pretty, she thinks briefly. I like that. I like that. Also, yes, clothes. Wonderful, wonderful way to get a nice hit of world building in there, isn't it? She walks down the stairs to the foyer, waiting for her brother. A sleepy man walks down the stairs. Real yawn. Sorry. My apologies, sister. I need to use the restroom and change out of my chemise. Mind the wait. Miss Sithufyu chuckles a bit. Oh, what's the word? Brother seems a little irreverent. You know, still sort of calm and soft-spoken, but irreverent nonetheless. I'm not sure I've seen that combination very much. I like it. A few moments later, he comes down the stairs fully dressed in green pants with golden threads at the waist and ankles, a green, almost floor-length frack buttoned up with gold buttons, and a golden needle, holding his platinum blonde hair tied up in a bun. Your brunch is served, Mr. Tudalu. Sorry, Tudalu. A maid says after gently tapping the green shoulder of Mr. Tudalu's frock. The siblings walk to the dining hall, where a breakfast consisting of fine wheat bread, both roasted and not, deer ham, sickly sweet cranberry jam, whiskey and sugar, all in extravagant quantities. Whiskey for breakfast, goodness me. Miss Sithufyu turns on the radio, and both siblings sit down to eat. Having the radio there is a good idea. It sort of shifts us around a little bit and more solidifies us in time a bit. Oh, calm orchestral music plays as they eat. I should try to go see a performance with this orchestra again, Miss Sithufyu thinks. The calm music stops and the high-pitched voice of the radio host says, "Our thanks goes out to the Grand Theatre of Lo's Orchestra. Now, On to Prime Minister Hiolas. A youthful yet deep voice begins to speak. Greetings and salutations, dear people. I have some clarification I need to make. The Dreamweaver, Mr. Tudalu of the Futera family, has in fact no connection to the government. He has no justification for having the amount of authority that he has within the dreamscape either. Yes, he has the Loom of Dreams, but there is nothing making him more eligible for having it than anyone else. He simply found it. There's unfortunately nothing letting me confiscate the Loom of Dreams either. I hence propose the implementation of a law. The signal is lost for a moment. Then the Prime Minister continues. For anyone still not convinced that Mr. Tudalu's authority as Dreamweaver is a threat to our security, listen closely. He can alter the dreamscape to his will. At any moment, it felt like he could make you drown every night while he and his family get to live in a majestic mansion with all you could ever desire. Nobody did either choose to give him that power. Mr. Tudalu is the slumbering tyrant of the dreamscape. Be cautious, Mr. Thufier. No, it's still him. I'm sorry. Keep mistaking who's speaking. Be cautious. Mr. Thufier and Mr. Tudalu finish their breakfast and leave the dining hall, entering the foyer again. Goodness me, that Prime Minister announcement, that really sort of, puts things into perspective of what's going on. I think that's, and, explaining more about the dreamscape. Oh, this is very interesting. Oh, whiskey for breakfast indeed sounds extravagant. Though there is a drink called breakfast whiskey made of whiskey, cinnamon liqueur, and maple syrup. Goodness me. Maybe poured over porridge. I'm not sure I'd drink that straight. Although when Blue did used to drink, it was generally whiskey. Whiskey cola. That was my go-to. And if I started drinking again, it would probably be my go-to again, but I don't like drinking. Oh dear, this is a very intriguing concept. Here we go. I have a meeting with Mr. Hiolas soon, brother, Mr. Thufier says. He nods. Why does Mr. Hiolas want to see me? Wouldn't brother be more desirable to negotiate with? She thinks. Also, the practically non-existent reaction from Mr. Thufier and Mr. Tudalu after that announcement, just calmly finishing breakfast, kind of shows what they think of the Prime Minister. Or just see themselves so entirely above this sort of situation. That's the impression I'm getting. Mr. Thufier. Did I say Ms.? Mrs.? It's Ms. Mr. Thufier swiftly gets ready for the meeting. She seats herself in the carriage and gets escorted to the Parliament. I have always wanted to enter the Parliament, echoes in the back of her mind. I will wait here, miss. Good luck, says the coachman with his old and raspy voice. Thank you, Mr. Log. Mr. Thufier is led inside the building, and two guards show the way to Mr. Hiolas's conference room. Oh, sorry, there we are. Oh, the story is inspired by a cutscene in Honkai Star Rail. I could send it in the Discord. That could be interesting. Or how often they hear such talks. Here we are. How was I doing this voice? Or was it youthful but deep? Greetings and salutations, Mr. Thufier of the Futara family. I brought you here to discuss the issue with the Dreamweaver. Miss Thufier says defensively, there is no issue with my brother. He would never abuse his authority. He's way too caring for that. Mr. Hiolas ponders Mr. Thufier's words. Is he caring enough to do something about the common folk not being able to sleep deeply enough to be able to enter the dreamscape? Mr. Hiolas asks. Mr. Thufier sighs. Yes, I brought up that topic with him, and we concluded that he was to ponder until 7 hours after midday, she answers. Mr. Hiolas lets out his shoulder-length brunette hair and puts it into a tighter bun with a platinum needle. So what if he doesn't solve it? What would he do then? Mr. Hiolas says. Miss Thuffi looks around the room for her chair. The light from the Pentagon window nearly blinds her as she stalls for time. I don't know. He's generally not unsuccessful. The few times he simply has tried again. Even when he lost his home, he returned to me at our childhood home, and he's still trying to find a place of his own. I think he will solve this. Mr. Hiolas nods and adjusts his black frack. There is a reason I wanted to see you and not your brother. I want you to confront your brother about his intentions with the dreamscape. I will be at the Golden Crossroads the entire night, greeting everyone to see who's missing. If you need me, I will be there. This is about safety, Mr. Thuffi. Don't make me take you to court. Surprised, she nods nervously. Then thank you, Mr. Thuffi. I'm glad to have gotten to talk to you. Mr. Thuffi leaves the conference room and Parliament as a whole. The way back being all smooth sailing, like before. When she returns, supper is done. Mr. Thuffi and Mr. Tudalu eat to music playing from the radio, before Mr. Thuffi eventually goes to bed. Good night, brother, she says. Good night, sister, he responds quickly. Also, the calling each other brother and sister and by Mr. Thuffi and Mr. Tudalu just gives it this sort of odd, ominous feeling, just sort of hovering over it. Good night, sister, he responds quickly. They both enter their respective bedchambers. Mr. Thuffi hears sounds reminding her of fire. Is there a fire? Who will save brother? Similar thoughts all cross her mind. Trying to calm down, she thinks, there should be someone helping him change in there. Brother can't be in danger. We're all safe. Mr. Thuffi near instantaneously falls asleep as she smells a strong, unfamiliar odour. Oh, fire. I take it fire not in a fireplace. Oh dear. She emerges in the dreamscape at the Golden Crossroads. Greetings and salutations, Mr. Thuffi. You know what to do, Mr. Hiolas says. This feels off, she thinks. It seemed as if Mr. Tudalu had succeeded, but everyone seemed a bit uneasy. She walks to the Dreamweaver's tower once more. As she touches the doorknob, she, through sheer willpower, rejects the weave of the dream. No, I will open this door and walk down the stairs, Mr. Thuffi thinks. She opens the door, enters, and walks down the stair to Mr. Tudalu's weaving like a madman in his dark cloak. Brother, why did you weave the dreamscape? There is a moment of silence. Mr. Tudalu flicks with his fingers a massive dream catcher. The size often loom emerges. I wove the dreamscape to create a space free from suffering and death, he says as the dream catcher floats a little bit above his hand while he walks past Mr. Thuffi and up the stairs. Why do you ask? Mr. Tudalu continues. Mr. Thuffi follows him up, but shadows of their parents flash before her. Mother? Father? She said, not noticing that she has become teary-eyed. May I dispel your delusions and nightmares eternally, Mr. Tudalu says as he lifts the massive dream catcher even higher while he stands right outside the tower. It rises up high and expands to cover the entire sky. Amorphous shadows and red flashes of lightning all are drawn into the gigantic dream catcher. Suddenly, the shadows disappear from Mr. Thuffi. That strange feeling, it's gone. She walks all the way up the stairs, seeing the amorphous shadows and red lightning too. What's going on, brother? Mr. Tudalu turns to face her, his face completely covered in shadows. I'm helping you. I'm helping everyone, Mr. Tudalu exclaims. How? Mr. Thuffi pleads. You are one to ask questions tonight, aren't you? Very well. I will very much oblige. To put everyone to sleep, I used opium gas. It was hard, but eventually the entire island had fallen asleep. Usually I can keep the dreamscape free from nightmare by hand using the loom, but a side effect of opium gas happens to be nightmares and hallucinations, so I wove the great dreamcatcher to handle it for me. Mr. Thiffieu, horrified, yells, "You drugged everyone, thinking it would free us from suffering?" She sighs aggressively. "Don't you understand? When we wake up, we will hallucinate. You're insane, brother, you're insane." "No worries, sister, calm down. You won't have to hallucinate at all. No one will. The solution is simple, really. Nobody will have to wake up. I will let the dreamscape sink into the sea of souls, and no one will ever have to spend another day suffering in reality anymore. We can all live an eternity joyously in the dreamscape. Wouldn't it be amazing?" Mr. Tudalu says calmly, with a bit of excitement near the end. "No, you're going to kill everyone to free us from the suffering of reality? You promise an eternal life of joy within the dreamscape, but how do you know we won't all just disappear once we sink into the sea of souls?" Mr. Thiffieu says, desperate. She pauses for a brief moment to catch her breath, then continues. "It doesn't even matter. A world without suffering will never know true joy, and a world without death will never have true appreciation nor dedication. You're trying to take away fundamental parts of existence without considering the consequences. Brother, forgive me." Mr. Thiffieu runs back down the stairs to the loom and tries to dreamweave. "Sister, no, what are you doing?" Mr. Tudalu runs yelling down the stairs. Oh, Mr. Tudalu yells running down the stairs, sorry. Mr. Thiffieu doesn't hear any of it, for she's all caught up in her thoughts. How to weave a gateway for Mr. Hiolas to get him through? She tries to just weave something and a chunk of dirt appears, landing on Mr. Tudalu and buying her more time. She tries again and successfully makes a tunnel from the Golden Crossroads to the basement of the Dreamweaver's tower. "Mr. Hiolas, come quick!" Without hesitation, he runs through the tunnel. Desperate, Mr. Thiffieu tries to block Mr. Tudalu's path. Mr. Tudalu runs down the last steps and is just about to stop Mr. Thiffieu when a pile of dirt emerges, trapping him temporarily. Mr. Hiolas comes out of the tunnel. "What's going on? What should we do?" he asks. "Brother is trying to trap everyone forever in the dreamscape. We need to unravel it," Mr. Thiffieu answers Mr. Hiolas. "How do we do that?" he asks. "We need to weave destruction into being and find something with destructive equivalent in reality to begin to unravel the dreamscape, to separate everyone's dreams once more," Mr. Thiffieu answers. "Good, you do that, and I fend off Mr. Tudalu," Mr. Hiolas orders them. I don't know, I think he's taken the easier job there. I know he probably doesn't know how to dreamweave, but still. He says good there as if, okay, she can handle that. She can handle that easily. Here we are. Mr. Thiffieu thinks, "Let's do this. Save everyone from my own brother's good intentions. How did this happen?" She weaves on and on, while trying to learn as fast as possible. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh, dear. "Sister, no, you don't understand." Mr. Tudalu pleads as Mr. Hiolas holds him back up the stairs. Mr. Tudalu runs out the door to grab the doorknob. Mr. Tudalu runs out the door to grab the doorknob, returns downstairs. He approaches Mr. Thiffieu, but she turns towards him, and with a cold expression, she flicks her fingers upwards, and he's sent all the way up the tower. "Mr. Hiolas, I did it. Give me your hair needle." He hands her his hair needle, and with it she cuts all of the strings from the loom, and everyone disappears. And she wakes up. It's midnight. She takes a turn shoe from her closet and enters Mr. Tudalu's bedchambers. She lifts the shoe in the air and tosses towards the loom of dreams, and it crumbles. Sister, I'm sorry, Mr. Tudali says. Miss Sithifi answers, I'm not. Wow. It's just such an amalgamation of easy ways out. Oh dear, I do love the idea that everyone shares a dreamscape when they're asleep. You know, it's sort of like, you know, well, they don't now. It's fallen apart now, but I imagine someone could make a new one, hopefully. But, like how you wish you had more hours in a day. If everyone could meet up in the dreamscape, you could have all of your socializing and doing fun things in the dreamscape, and then during the day, be productive with hobbies. Well, I imagine you could be productive with some hobbies in the dreamscape, but I don't think I could do any writing there if I couldn't bring it back. Other hobbies. But, yes. I'd love it if we could actually do that. So long as no one like Mr. Tudali does try to, trap us all there. That wouldn't be great. Oh, sweet Kempachi Ramasama, that was dreadful and lovely. Dreadful and lovely. Those two words look so good together, don't they? Dreadful and lovely. Dreadfully lovely. Well done, Elfie. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I'm still yawning. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. It's, yes, 12:15 at the moment. What a time. Is not here yet either. Oh dear. Just give me a moment. Let's just do this. And jump over here briefly. Watch me improvise. Oh dear. So, wondering whether we should try to draw out time a little bit just to wait and see if Reaper can make it. I don't want it to be too long because, sleep is a thing that needs to happen. But, yes. Do we want to discuss what the next brainstorming stream should be about to fill in some time? I know we'd had the idea of, what was it, ghosts on tap or alcoholic spirits or something like that. The idea that alcoholic drinks are actually all ghosts of some variety. Yeah, I think it just popped up in a stream we were doing one time and we were thinking about doing that, but I'm open to all ideas if you want to try something else for the next one. Because the ghosts on tap is a little unusual, I guess. Oh, weirdly enough, I could picture every scene. It was a delightful experience. It was, wasn't it? Next brainstorm stream discussion sounds fun. Laughs in chronic insomnia. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, excuse me. I guess I already kind of did that. Oh, dearie me. Oh, thinky thoughts. I can have them. So, thoughts for next brainstorming stream. I think early last year, when I was on the driving trip last year, I wrote down a bunch of ideas, but I've forgotten what they were. I think one had something to do with talking salmon. Oh yes, that was fish telekinesis. Yes, I did. Yeah, the idea of you have telekinesis, but you can only talk to fish. Or dark academia could also work. Oh, you mean going and doing more brainstorming now? I'm not sure. It'd be useful. I suppose we could have some dark academia chat if anyone's got some interesting ideas. But yes, fishy talky, telepathy. I think I thought of that because of there's a Celtic legend about the salmon of knowledge. Oh, just let me see if I can find it. Salmon of knowledge. So yeah, so if you could find the salmon of knowledge to chat to them, that would be good, but all other fish, it's just, yeah. So if you get the fish telepathy, but it's not really useful unless you find one specific fish. Piscikinesis? Is that a thing? Salmon of knowledge. That's it. Sorry. Looking at the wiki. The salmon of knowledge is a creature in the Fenian cycle of Irish mythology, sometimes identified with Fintan MacBochra, who was known as the Wise and was once transformed into a salmon. Oh. Yes, because there's a song on Enya's first album, which is called something Tuath, which is about the salmon of knowledge, but I can't find the Irish here. Oh dear, I could just look up the track list of Enya's first album. Track list of the Celts. That one, I think that one's the... Just need to double check. Sorry. Must know. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Goodness me, which one is it? Is it the Sun in the Stream? Sun in the Stream. Salmon? Yes, the Sun in the Stream by Enya, inspired by the legend of the Salmon of Knowledge. There we go. I found it. Sorry. Oh, viscous plus kinesis, meaning fish. Makes sense. Oh, Finmicul is a very interesting character. We could definitely twist his story into one about fish telepathy. Also, I kid you not, his name's pronounced Finmicul. I believe you completely. I just... pronouncing the Irish incorrectly. Maybe I should try to learn it on Duolingo. Yes, there is much Irish in Blue, all the way back. Don't really have the right to call myself Irish now, because I think I am 7th generation white Australian. It's a long time ago, but all of this that is blue came from there. Long time ago. Yes, Finn McCool is a very cool name. Weirdly fitting. Oh, Duolingo has really fallen from grace lately. I haven't been following. I should probably have a look, because I'm still doing my Japanese every day. No, it's a little humiliating doing Japanese on Duolingo. When I have a degree in it, it's a way to just sort of keep doing it. Oh dear. Yeah, I should look up what's going on. Oh, let's just say it started with the decision that the recordings will no longer be made by humans. Oh, goodness me. Seriously, Owl. Green Owl. Green Owl. You disappoint, Blue. Oh, Ireland was a big inspiration for the setting of Drifting Asleep. Oh, lovely. Well, now that you've said that, I'm imagining people in the dreamscaping a bit like will-o-wisps. I love will-o-wisps. Oh, it could be worse. Most Brazilians are so mixed, we literally could be from any other country. Fair. Yes, it's just, I'm always confused when we do the census, it asks what we are, and it has Australian, but it also has, Irish, British, everything, I suppose. Yeah, I don't think I've got the right to say Irish. It's white Australian. That's what it is. So, do people like the idea of fish telepathy? Should we brainstorm a few other ideas while we're at it? Just so we're good to go. I'll just write this down. Yeah, here we go. Fish telepathy. And we can look into the Finn McCool story. And yes, I'm just writing it as Finn McCool with the anglicized writing. Ooh. Ireland is such a wonderful region to look for inspiration. Look at the story of Setanta or Finnegan's Wake. I have Swedish lineage as far back as I know. Hooray! I don't think... I suppose there's possibly some more Northern European going on in blue. Oh dear. It just reminds me of when we were learning about the horrific white Australia policy that Australia... It was still in force up to the 70s, I thought. It was just horrific. Keeping anyone who... or trying to keep anyone who wasn't white from immigrating here. And so they were allowing lots of Northern Europeans because, blonde-haired and blue-eyed. And the teacher used me as an example of the sort of looking... the way they wanted people to look like to be able to come to Australia, and that just made me feel really dirty and sick, and I really wish they hadn't referred to me as, what people considered the ideal type to come to the country. It's just... Australia's got such a dark past, and, the present's not all too light either. Oh yeah, Australia has a colourful history indeed. Ugh. Yeah, it's still not great, honestly. Still not great. Here we are. Let us think of a few more things we could write some interesting stories about. Frogs. What's something about frogs we could twist? Because I am currently staring at a frog. Not a real frog, a bean-stuffed frog sitting on the top of one of my monitors. I believe we christened him Thump, and I've used him like a coin on stream before. I think it was during my the first streams, the NaNoWriMo 2023 streams. And when I had to decide between things, I would flip him, and if he got belly up, that was heads, and back up, that was tails. What if frogs were a hive mind? Oh, if frogs had a hive mind. Ooh, they take over... Okay, just write down frogs. Potential for hive mind. Next thought then was just because of hive. What if frogs were like bees and bees were like frogs? I'm not sure how far we'd get with that. Oh, the Frog Prince, but reversed. Huh. I suppose we could always just make it like fantastical frogs. Oh, but I'll never forget that one time during the Emu War that a soldier wrote in a report that the emus are bulletproof. Well, in their defense, emus can be pretty scary. Cassowaries, however, if it had been a cassowary war, nobody would have survived. No humans would have made it. The cassowaries would have torn them apart. Cassowaries, they're the scariest big bird in Australia. Ooh, a frog metamorphosis story, but it's the witch that gets cursed. What if all animals are eusocial? Just need to look that one up. Showing an advanced level of social organization. Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Humans wouldn't be on top in that situation, would they? Oh. All animals have their own societies. Oh, well, could they interact with other animal societies, or they're just all these advanced animal societies just happen to exist on top of each other while just being unable to understand the others but needing to deal with them, or something like that. Oh, bees are your social, so are ants. I think my random thought was like this human level, but yes, no, you make perfect sense. Well, I mean, emus have so many feathers, it's very hard to hit them in the first place. They are very fast. Okay, so fish telepathy, fantasy frogs, animal societies. I suppose we could just make it very broad and just have it as turning everyday animals into fantastical ones, or just xenofiction. Huh. Sorry, blue is floating. Okay, so we could use these ideas as examples, the fish telepathy and such, but just have it with the story needing to be told from the point of view of an animal. So animal POVs. Animal POVs. That gives us lots of stuff to talk about. I think most of my other brainstorming thoughts were very, very specific. So yes, could be more interesting, or at least, you know, a change of pace. Not that we really need a change of pace after a year, but yeah, keeping it more broad could be cool. Oh, it sounds like the ending to Kaylee's The Animal Kingdom. I haven't heard of that, except the Eusociality would come about differently in that case. It's a wonderful movie. I recommend it. A son and a father look for the mother that turns into a bear. Oh, goodness me. That sounds sad. Is this a sad movie? Are you recommending a sad movie? Blue can enjoy sad movies. Blue often does, but yes, Blue very easily cries from media. Yes, and it's happened of late that I wind up watching a movie when I definitely do not need a cry at that point, do not want to cry at that point, but wind up watching a movie and it makes me cry. Oh. Remind me of Brave, but also absolutely not. Oh, Brave is a nice movie. Some of the music there is lovely. Bears do seem quite popular for transformations, don't they? I suppose, what is it? It's wolves, bears, a big cat's a big one. In which case, Blue is guilty of that, because in my shifter story, it's a forest lion. Forest lion. Oh, there are other shifters as well. Mostly birdies. Birdies. Got some birdie shifters. What else? A bunch of others, I think. Oh, I had a stag. Be nice to have the stag as a more dominant character. It was a very background character. Important, but yes. Oh, frogs. Of course, frogs. Oh, they are classic indeed. So, people like the idea of animal POVs. I mean, it's a bit sad, but it's a complicated sadness. So does that sort of give you the empty sadness feeling as opposed to intense emotion? I get the empty sadness pretty much every time I finish something that I like, because it's over. And where do I go from here, sort of thing. Oh, I'm partial to gut-wrenching sad tales and washing it down with humour or slice of life stuff. I think that's a good way to do it. It's oh, what's that thing? Which movie was it? It was either the first Saw movie or the film The Pianist that I was so distressed afterwards I had to watch some of the 80s My Little Pony to calm down. I'm sure you'll find it more unusual is that I somehow happened to have 80s My Little Pony on DVD. Oh dear. Excuse me. Still no sign of Reaper. Reaper, when you get here, let us know. Oh dear, we might just have to start reading soon. I don't want her to miss it, but oh dear. I think animal POVs is a good one because then we can talk about frogs and bees and fish. Oh, I watched The Mummy and calmed down to Moomin. Oh dear, I really cannot remember whether it was Saw or The Pianist. I remember being incredibly distressed by both movies, but I think it might have been Saw that needed the My Little Pony afterwards. Oh, I mean, I still have 70s or 80s VHS of the old Superman cartoon. Ooh, wonderful. Excellent. I love it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so animal POVs, and I'll throw some thoughts together that we can brainstorm around, and then we can just go nuts. Well, the animal kingdom is only a bit about the sadness of loss, and then it becomes a story of the angst of discrimination and the joy of found family and community building. Oh, lovely. Especially after the son starts to turn into a wolf. Oh, and you show the Superman to nieces and nephews. That's lovely. Yes, Small One is very into, she was really into watching the 80s My Little Pony, and then it was the 80s Rainbow Bright, which we also have on DVD, and then even 80s Care Bears. We have a few episodes of it. Oh dear. I can still remember some of the orders of shows on the VHSs that the mother and father library recorded from TV and such for us. And that's why I associate some movies with each other. Of course, I can't think of any examples right now. But yes, I associate movies that have absolutely nothing to do with each other together because they play one after each other on these VHSs. Ooh, Animorphs. I'd never read them. There's an awful lot of them, aren't there? I remember recently trying to look it up on Overdrive or on Libby so I could try to start borrowing them to read them, but I just can't find them. Granted, I only have access to the local libraries on that, and I do not live in a particularly well-populated or large area, so... Oh, Animorphs are great. I wish more volumes were translated. They didn't translate all of them. That's sad. It was such a joy to get my young cousins into Star Trek TOS. Wonderful. It feels... I don't know. Maybe it's just because kids tend to watch Disney movies from way back when as well. It's the odd feeling that so many of the movies and shows she watches us from so long ago, maybe. Is she supposed to be watching more recent things? But then, I see some of the more recent things and nah, let's keep watching the old stuff. Every little physical media, I need to get more. I think physical media, at least with the DVDs and CDs, is starting to make a bit of a comeback, aren't they? Oh, 3 lovely likes, thank you so much. Yes, physical media is making a comeback. I got rid of a lot of my CDs, not all of them, but quite a few of them. I never really had a huge collection to begin with. I kept most of the DVDs, and I'm glad I did, because we may need them. I don't think we can trust streaming implicitly, can we? I mean, who knows how much longer it's going to last. Because I think Netflix will possibly survive, although not in this, it won't always remain in the same form. I'm not sure all of the others will, which will be, sad. I mean, what'll happen to all of their awesome self-made content? Like Murderbot. I'm loving Murderbot. Does anyone else love Murderbot? I'm that cousin uncle figure that introduces folks to old movies and games. Wonderful. Everyone needs one of you in their lives. The original run of Animals ended in 2001. Was it that long ago? There were more? Were there more seasons? Goodness me. I just remember, was it seeing treated like children's books, but it's actually fairly good representation of war and post-traumatic stress and such. There seems to be an audiobook adaptation that started in 2020. Oh, okay. They're making a movie. Really? Is it? Wow, that took some time. How can you make a movie? A movie out of animals? I would have thought a TV show would suit it a lot better because it's so long. Oh, some say that Disney Plus will survive and Netflix will survive if they keep making original series. Yes, Disney Plus is useful. It's useful, but a lot of its original content seems to be very hit or miss. I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but I hear Andor is just, setting a new benchmark for television. There was an Animals TV show, from what I've heard, it was really bad. Actually, yes, I've got vague recollections of seeing maybe the first or second episode randomly on ABC one time, Australian ABC. Disney is crumbling, though. It seems to be, doesn't it? Well, the remakes and lack of original content. Exactly. And isn't that why the movie business in general is going a bit downhill? Nobody's willing to take any risks on anything new. It's all just remakes and sequels. Excuse me, sorry. Well, we will one day write our stories and finish them and share them, and then, then you and nobody want to take a risk on them making a movie or TV show. Oh, I'd hope Main Magical Project would be fun. I mean, at least in the beginning it's not exactly challenging, but it does become a bit more challenging along the way. Guess it's time to do something on our own, huh? Exactly. I'm excited for Wicked for Good, though. I did get to see the first one. There's a noticeable lack of nearby movie theaters where I am, but I'll just wait for them to pop up somewhere, and I'll have a watch. I mean, Small One would probably enjoy them. Because she likes Frozen and Elsa so much, I showed her a bit more of what Idina Menzel's done, including I think I played a Defying Gravity for her a while ago, and she very much enjoyed it. Indie animation is very nice nowadays. Ooh, lovely, but I think it's sometimes hard to find the really good indie things, because I imagine there's a lot to wade through to find the really good stuff. I suppose it's like that with movies and TV shows anyway, isn't it? Oh dear. I wonder whether it's time for Machinima to make a bit of a comeback. That could be interesting. I mean, what newer games could be used to make Machinima series? Will Glitch Production have lots of potential? Glitch Production. I do not know them. I shall write that down. And I shall have a look. Oh dear. I think we may have to read soon. I'm excited about the Unwind show, although I'm a bit afraid about how they're going to adapt Chapter 61. Who's red knows? Unwind. No, I do not know. They're going to adapt Chapter 61. Sorry, I was just thinking, chapter 61, that'd have to be a long TV show, like thinking it's just a chapter to an episode. Like, no, Blue, that is not how it works. That is not how it works. Oh dear. Oh dear. Blue's getting a little tired, so I'm wondering if we're just gonna have to read it. I don't want to read it without Reaper here. Oh well, I can lavish with apologies later, I suppose. Unless there is something anyone else wishes to talk about before we move on to reading it. Oh, excuse me, sorry. It would be a long TV show considering the series is 4 novels and a collection of short stories. Ah, yes. Several series, I would imagine. Well, at least 4 series for the novels. Is there a way to sort of thread the short stories among the novel events, or they're set in different times? Well, I generally look for videos like indie animated series you should watch, and that gets you some recommendations. Well, that just makes perfect sense. Why does Blue's head not work like this? It's like... Oh, what was that from the other day? Oh yes, there's this example. Like... Oh, this would be last year, I think. We've been going through our rubbish bin with the pressed down. The only thing I think to describe it is like a toilet lid seat, a toilet lid top sort of bin. It broke, and I just replaced it with a little sort of waste paper bin that we had lying around with a bag in it, and we were like that for months and months, and it smelled kind of bad. I was having to change it constantly, and it just never even occurred to me that I could buy a new bin. How did that not occur to me? I think it was just eventually we were in a shop and I saw the bins and I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that. Oh dear. Oh, I know. One is set in between 2 novels and one's set alongside volume 1. Well, those ones should be able to be worked into a series, 4 series of a show, probably. I suppose they could also do them, just film them separately and release them sort of as its own series of just fun little things. Well, taking inspiration from a game I played recently. How do I imagine a world entirely lived as a wall? So the world is a wall? Or like people live in the wall and use robots to climb up the wall. No one's actually reached the top. Oh, so it's a very thick wall and everyone lives in there. My life, like the way I read it at first, I thought we were the wall, and I just thought my life as a wall. Oh dear, that is a cool idea. So, wall world. Oh dear, imagine it'd get fairly claustrophobic in there, wouldn't it? You can imagine it's a wide wall, but it wouldn't be an infinitely wide wall, would it? Can we see what's on either side? Oh, take some inspiration from Neom City and the Commie Polish Line Cities project. Huh. Isn't there a city line project happening in is it the United Arab Emirates? Not sure. Yeah. Oh, no, it's Saudi Arabia. I'm so sorry. Saudi Arabia, not the United Arab Emirates. Saudi Arabia is building the line. Futuristic walled city in the desert. Oh, that is Neom City. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I just couldn't remember its proper name. All I could think was wall, line. Oh, imagine if that would protect another world inside from outside threats. Oh, like the great Echidna Wall project in Honkai Star Rail. I should really read some of the lore of Honkai Star Rail. It sounds very interesting. Oh dear. Hello, Reaper. Are you here? Oh dear. I think we're just gonna have to read it. I'm so sorry, Reaper. I'm so sorry. Oh, you are here. Thank goodness. We've been stalling. Morning, Blue, and everyone. Hi, Reaper. I'm sorry. You just woke up. Sorry. We've been chatting for about half an hour, 40 minutes, waiting for you to get here because I didn't want to read your story without you. Oh dear. Sorry. I hope you slept well. It is lovely to see you. Okay. Let us jump over here. Whee! Oh, blue is large again. Large blue. Get smaller blue. Small blue. There we go. Oh, to be fair, the wall seems to stretch endlessly to the sides, and many monsters attack when it stays too long exploring the wall. Monsters! Ooh, monsters are always fun. Wall world with monsters seems infinite in length. What's on both sides? Is it protecting something? Yeah, I think the wall well could be a really interesting one to do for the next one. So I think so yes, we've vaguely decided that our next brainstorming MacGuffins You Write stream will be animal points of view. So yes, we've talked about fish telepathy, we've talked about frogs having a hive mind, we've talked about transformations, what else? We had frogs and fish and what's bees? Bees were mentioned, I think. Oh, thank you, I did. I'm glad you slept well. Oh, you could also take some inspiration from the Metro series, with each wall being its own community and people traveling between them. Can we travel between the walls? Is there more than one wall? Travel between more than one wall? Question mark. I think we've also decided that we will I think have a 3-month gap between the brainstorming stream and the reading stream, just to give everyone plenty of time to get something written. Oh, so greetings, Reaper. Take a cup of coffee for your troubles. Enjoy the coffee. Oh, Leviathan monsters. Oh, Honkai Star Rail lore reference again. I love Leviathans. Anyone interested in Loco Remo? Challenge through July to write a story in your own conlang. Oh, it sounds... oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm looking for a word in particular and I can't find it. It sounds incredible, but also really, really difficult. Oh yes, Blue may not participate in that one given she is not a very good Konglanger, but definitely go for it and chat about it in Discord. And yes, tell us all about it. Oh, I love brainstorming monsters and magical creatures, so I can't wait. Wonderful. Wonderful. And now you are here. We shall read your story, which I believe is called My Dear Sister Clara. Okay, I'm just going to have some water before I start, because we've been talking for a while now. Yes. Okay, last story, and then everyone goes to bed. Everyone in this case being Blue, because some people have just woken up. And some have not yet reached the elusive bedtime. Oh dear, ooh. I could make a hash brown. I think there's still a few chippies, but they didn't have our chippies at the supermarket last time we went, so we got hash browns instead. Oh, I'll listen to the vid, but now I need to eat. Go eat, enjoy your food. Okay. My dear sister Clara. 4th of summer. year 3662. Oh, now we're going to 3662. A more than usual amount of time travel today. Indeed. Excuse me, sorry. Here we go. Hi, my name is Huck. Sorry, I've never written in these things before, but I had to get something to write my thoughts. I originally got this book to keep track of our stocks, but something more strange is going on. It's my sister, Clara. She's different. Not the bad kind, but something else. She's a sweet girl, and she takes after our mother. Milky short hair, sweet as honey and hardworking. She even has a smile that makes you feel warm and cozy like. Sorry, maybe I should start from the beginning. Last week it was her turn to gather wood, and when she came back, in her small hands she held a cast iron pan. Ooh, have we got the magical pan here? I love the magical pan. I didn't think much of it at the time, so I asked, "Did you stop by the market on the way?" She shook her head. "No, I just found this." That's weird. How do you just find a pan? People don't just leave stuff in the forest unless it was bandits, or worse, monsters. Where did the monster get the pan? Does he use it to cook breakfast? Or it looted it off a body? Do monsters loot bodies? Or is that just a people thing? I asked her exactly where she found it, and she wasn't clear. I shrugged and guessed she just snagged a free pan. I was foolish. Ever since that day, Clara seemed a little different. She was stronger, faster. She was lifting large piles of hay and logs easily. I saw her finishing her duties earlier than usual. It stunned me. My little sister. What happened? Oh, we've covered 1,772 years of history in this stream. That is definitely an accomplishment. 7th of summer, year 3662. The last 2 days were the same. Clara and I tended to the goats, churned butter, made the cheese. But she did some of my share because she needed more to do. I hope she doesn't overdo herself. I offered to make dinner tonight, but she insisted. I don't like to fight, so I let her. I will say that her cooking is much better than mine. Actually, it's gotten even better since the past few days. Tonight was vegetable milk soup, and it was lovely. She fried the veggies on the pan before putting the soup together, and it was the best thing I've had so far. Why should Clara be a milkmaid when she should be a chef? Just thinking of it gets me all excited. Like a little leap year in spring. Oh, monsters either killed travelers or looted them. Okay. 8th of summer, year 3662. I'm not sure what's come over me, but I've been more energized lately. Kinda like Clara, but not by much. Trust me, I tried. I tried to do all the log splitting, but I got tired after a while, like I normally would. But work is work. Thank goodness Clara gave me a couple of rolls. Otherwise I would have turned in sooner. What would I do without her? 11th of summer, year 3662. Clara's new talents are starting to get out of hand. She's become restless. I couldn't do much because she ended up doing most of the work, but at least we have extra food to sell, and we could use more coin. I was worried about her before, but now I'm worried I'll be bored. 12th of summer, year 3662. With my sister taking over the farm, I've just been inside checking over the stocks. I swear by the time the Midsummer Festival comes, we'll feed the whole town. Clara's running around like there's no tomorrow. She's so selfless. It hurts. I wish I could do more. Maybe I'll stop by the market and get us a treat. She's earned it already. 15th of summer, year 3662. I don't know how to say this well. The farm got attacked by goblins last night, and Clara beat them to a pulp. I'm not making this up. She took out her pan and smacked them like they were flies. We live on the outside of town, you see, and sometimes goblins come down from the wilderness in the mountains. And usually we stay inside and I take out my billhook for protection. But my dear, brave sister went out and protected us. I can't believe it. She beat a group of goblins like they were nothing. 20th of summer, year 3662. There's a word of old that I feel fits Clara perfectly. I don't remember right now, but I swear it does. It was something about the Fae and how they grant humans blessings. Eastern Doria isn't like most of the kingdom. We still keep some non-Yanist beliefs and traditions. Is it Yanist or Janist? My instinct says Yanist, but I'm not sure. Also, Doria, this is in the, oh, my head. Nero. Is it? In the Nero world? Because that's cool. Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying something like that. Oh, it'd be a long time ago now. Maybe it was even just during the brainstorming stream. I can't quite remember. Here we are. Oh no, another yawn. Sorry. Yeah, the J in Yan is pronounced with the Y sound. Thank you for clarifying. I thought that's what seemed right. The church says the Fae are evil, but can't be true. Our parents would tell us tales of little big-eared folk that live in our houses and eat our scraps, half-beastly women who sang songs, and childlike wildlings that befriended folk like us. I believe Clara was gifted the pan and her new talents by them. It makes sense. She's kind, sweet, honest, and humble. She deserves it. Also, yes, this takes place in the same world. Wonderful. I love it when stories share worlds. 21st of summer, year 3662. Clara slowed down a little today. Not much, but still. She handed me some mead and sweet bread midway through the day. I asked if she already finished. No, she said. Then what about the goats? I replied. It's your turn today, Huck, don't you remember? Oh, Clara. I laughed a little and said, no, you're right, thank you. She patted my back and went off to grab more logs. I was starting to feel kind of useless, and I guess she noticed. That lunch really hit the spot. I felt like energized enough to keep us going for the rest of the day. A really nice story to listen to as I make a burger. A burger story. Gotta have a good story to listen to when making a burger. Maybe they should play audiobooks in the fast food restaurants. That would be nice. 24th of summer, year 3662. Those damned goblins. I hate that they harass the animals. Okay, I'll read it. I'll read it. It says it there, so I'll read it. Nasty little fuckers. Good thing Clara's knocking them off while she can. If it weren't for her, we wouldn't be able to get some of our milk prepared for the Midsummer Festival. She deserves a break from those disgusting beasts. I better have a word with someone. A slayer would be great. A slayer, you say? I wonder which slayer in particular. Which slayer can help the lovely milk people, the milkmaid and the milk gentleman with their goblin problem? 25th of summer, year 3662. I talked to a man who worked for the Slayer Guild, and they assured me someone will handle the goblins. Thank the gods, now Clara and I can prepare without any problems. 28th of summer, year 3662. We did it! We made more than enough cheeses for the festival. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, yesterday I went to the tailor's and got my sister a new dress. It was dark blue, had a white collar, and was decorated in red and yellow flowers. She always wears the same old clothes. I wanted to give her something pretty after all the hard work she's done this month. 29th of summer, year 3662. Everything was fantastic. We made lots of coin. Everyone loved the smoked cheeses and berries. Sorry, my throat. Here we go. Water break. Sorry. My fault for giving the POV a slightly raspy voice. Well, that's nice to listen to as I do the dishes. Wonderful. Wonderful. Did I do the dishes? Yes, I did the dishes already. Here we are. This morning I surprised my sister with her new clothes, and she gave me the biggest hug ever and said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're the best brother in the whole world." Seeing her get excited like that warmed my heart. She looked so beautiful. Later that night we had time to sing and dance. I fumbled. I'm not much of a dancer. But Clara seemed to get the hang of it. This was the best midsummer I've ever had with her. I'll never forget it. 31st of summer, year 3662. You know, by now I was starting to get used to the new Clara. Things were odd at first and a little rocky, but things were good. Until they came. An armoured man and a young woman came to the house, and Clara welcomed them in. She told me they were from the Slayers Guild. I could tell. The armoured fellow was no bigger than me, but there was something strange about him. He smelled awfully strong of some plant. I don't know. The whole place smelled like it. He wore this greenish armour with a grotesque helmet. It looked an awful lot like a goblin. He had some kind of straw cape. I couldn't tell. It was probably what smelled. The lady who came with him wore robes and had a handbag. She seemed more timid than her intimidating partner. She also had glasses, which was interesting. I didn't know the Slayers Guild paid that well. She was also holding a small creature with needles on its back. I was scared at first, but Clara thought it was cute. She went into the kitchen to make a quick meal for our guests. The Slayers sat down and introduced themselves. The man called himself the Goblin Slayer. Kinda odd how he didn't possess any weapons on him. I asked if he took care of the goblins nearby, and the girl said yes. I was relieved. She asked me if we saw anything odd in the forest. At the time I didn't think so. I told her no. She explained that they were looking for some kind of magical ore. I couldn't keep up most of what the learned girl was saying, but what I do remember is that apparently it was an old relic, said to be used by great warriors for centuries. It could be made into any weapon, no less, and it gave the wielder unlimited strength and other magics. I wasn't sure at the time, but after a small meal they decided to leave. The Goblin Slayer stood and looked in my direction. I couldn't see his face, but his eyes. He had these glowing yellow eyes. He spoke to me for the first and last time. I thought she had it. I was wrong. If what they said was true, then maybe. Ooh. She has a relic. She has a relic. And they couldn't tell? They couldn't tell. Ooh, was there some sort of protection going on so they couldn't tell that she had it? Why did they suspect her? How did they suspect her? Oh dear. Like this could go somewhere interesting and fun. Oh dear. I like them. They're a really, really sweet sibling pair. I've probably said before that I adore siblings. I adore particularly having adult siblings in stories and them being really close. You can probably tell, given my main magical project, there are 6 siblings. Technically siblings. Well, technically... Okay. How do we do this? There's... Oh no, it's too complicated. I explained it in my book. Some of them aren't blood related, but... they're siblings. They're siblings. They've grown up siblings. They're siblings in every way that matters. Ooh, the plot thickens. Indeed. It was very intriguing and, again, very, very pleasant. As several of you pointed out, very pleasant to read. I think you did a good job showing sort of Huck's personality just from how he conveys himself there. The voice was very nice here. I liked the voice. So like adoptive sextuplets. Not quite. But yes, some inspiration from some particular sextuplets. Oh dear. I love that story. Thank you so much for all these beautiful stories. Let me jump over here. Jumping. Yes, let me move around a little bit. Moving. Adjusting my monitor so I'm less dizzy. I am small. Large blue, please. Large blue. There we are. Oh man, I'm an only child, but I always consider my cousins as my older brothers, with how we're all raised together. Something similar to that. There's some cousins involved. There's cousins, there's half-siblings, there's full siblings, there's foster siblings, there's a lot going on. In fact, I think I even said in the story at one point that one of the siblings made a cheat sheet for their school so they could understand what exactly is going on with these sibling dynamics. Thank you for reading it. I love your reading, Voice Blue. Thank you. I was trying to do a slight voice for Huck. Not sure how well it came across. It did seem to hurt my voice a little bit, but anything will hurt my voice right now. Oh, dearie me. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Well, that was a lovely reading and a little bit of chatting stream. We were a bit productive in the time we were waiting. Don't feel at all like you kept us waiting. We did good chatting there. We did some good chatting and came up with some lovely ideas for our future brainstorming streams. So probably not next week, possibly the week after. We could do the next brainstorming stream. And I think that will be the animal POVs. That should be fun. And then the next one we can look at this wall world idea. It'll be fun. We love fun. Goodness me, I think I'm tired, but I'm hungry. I'm always tired and hungry at the end of streams, except occasionally when we do the Dark Academia brainstorming streams, I'm just so hyped, so full of adrenaline by the time that's finished. It's not useful for the sleeping. Also, the Goblin Slayer and his friend just took their word for it, as far as you know. Okay. Seems a bit trusting. I'm concerned they're going to come back after they go to sleep and kind of try to loot the house or something. Oh, like I said at the start of the stream, it's a vibing stream. Indeed. Oh, I should probably try to have more just vibing, chatting streams, but I guess my general worry is that all of you lovelies would feel a bit too much pressure there to keep popping things in the chat, even if you don't feel like it, to just sort of keep conversations going. I think it's easier for streamers with slightly larger followings who can have a faster flowing chat to handle chat streams, but I suppose we've done an all right job before. Oh, why would a humble milkmaid and milk gentleman lie? Of course. Why would they? They have no reason. They've no reason to suspect or anything. Okay, so let's cover the timeline. First we went to 2004, then to 2024, then to 1890, and then to this summer, and finally to 3,662. Big journey, big journey. But yes, if anyone is not a member of our lovely Discord, there's a link in the description, and if you jump in there, you'll be able to see the links to all of these lovely stories should you wish to access them again. And in particular with Ashley's story, if you wish to continue it and read chapters 3 to 5. Oh, and I'm back. Hello, Elfie. Oh, jet lag, got nothing on time lag. Oh, goodness me. I'm gonna yawn again. Oh, excuse me. Considering making a hash brown and munching a hash brown before going to bed. Maybe. Except I'm out of orange juice. And oh no, I didn't tell you the most dramatic thing that happened today. I ran out of cola. There are no more cans of Coke No Sugar in the fridge. At least we're going shopping tomorrow morning, but I have not had my Coke this evening. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. Oh, there's law reasons why the year is 3,662. Ooh. We love some law. Yes, that's quite dramatic. Oh no. I know. So I finished the orange juice with dinner instead. But when I finished making my cheeseburger, oh, you're making me hungry. Blue would like a cheeseburger to go with her hash brown. Oh, we have bread. Yeah, that's about it. No, we have other stuff. We have other stuff, but nothing that could make a cheeseburger. What do we have? Yep, nothing that could make a cheeseburger. We are cheeseburger-less. I tried to print my story. It went terribly. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Hopefully that'll work soon. Well, thank you so much for coming. This stream was much anticipated. Almost a whole year, but we made it. We were patient. It paid off. We had some beautiful stories. Thank you so much again for writing them. Sorry if I keep saying this over and over again, but that's what Blue does. Oh, so there's that sandwich I like eating in the evenings called a midnight egg. I'll share the recipe in Discord. Ooh, lovely. I think my favorite sandwiches of all time are the pork katsu sandwiches in Japanese convenience stores. And at my bakery they had a lovely one too. It's just the pork katsu with the tonkatsu sauce, and on the thick white bread. It's just so good. Oh, they can be cabbage on it too if they like. Crunchy cabbage too. That works as well. Oh, it's more or less a pan toasty with an egg. Wonderful. Well, I'll go back to listen to my dear sister Clara. So well done, Narubi. Yay. By the way, I'm going to release my sister Clara on Tapas with some illustrations later. Wonderful. Wonderful. You'll have to let us know. When that is released. Yay. It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. I feel, this is a nice place for us to share our creativity and to ignite interesting thoughts and find new ideas. Always as well, I occasionally worry if I'm taking anyone away from their own projects. But that's probably a silly thing to worry, because if you wanted to just work on your own projects, you would not do one of the stories, I guess. Or something. Permit Blue a singular whinge before ending things. I always have so much to write. There is so much to write, and there is no time to write things. When there is time to write, I'm too tired, and then I want to hop between projects, and my mind is just going pew, 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 and nothing ever gets done. I've had my whinge. Ooh, I'll iterate a bit more on drifting asleep, and then I'll be up on Script Hub with the rest of the stories. Yay, well done. Oh no, I wrote mine before I worked on my comic that day. Excellent. Oh, a little while ago I tried to put together, a plan It's with me and plans. A plan for trying to get writing done of an evening, saying, you start with, you can work on a short story, then have a little break, and then you can work on another project. And then have a little break, and then you can work on, figuring out GIMP to make thumbnails and such, and recording. Oh, goodness me, I've got a lot of things to record. Ooh, pro tip, write in an app that lets you work both on the computer and the phone. Yes, Obsidian. I have recently, as in the last 2 days? Did I order it yesterday or the day before? I think it was the day before. I finally ordered a tablet. I've been meaning to for half a year because I wanted a sort of a house tablet, one that will be available for small one to use if she needs it for school, and to, put all the educational apps on. Those are the only apps I let them play, learning ones. And, also for me to carry around and be a sort of a laptop replacement, because my old laptop is so ridiculously slow and it just doesn't work properly anymore. Oh dear. So yes, hopefully the tablet will improve writing ability, because then I'll be able to do it on the couch as well as at my desk. So maybe I'll even be able to start writing a tiny bit while small one too is asleep on me, as he does every day. Oh, I might make a video on the process of making drifting a sleep plate. I'll let you know if I do it. That would be really interesting. That could be cool. Honestly, you helped me deal with burnout and artistic blocks, so thank you. You are so very welcome. So very welcome. Oh yes, that's great help with writer blocks. Excellent. I'm glad. I am glad the brainstorming streams are working out. I really hope I can move up to 2 streams a week, because I feel like we should have a Dark Academia brainstorming writing stream every week if we're going to have any chance of finishing brainstorming and getting to story planning and eventually getting to writing the story. I think I will at one point pull it together a little bit and write final versions of brainstorming and such, so I know exactly what to pull from. Oh dear. And what was that other thing I was thinking? I've forgotten. Can't be that important. Oh, I might post some sketches today. Wonderful. I'm so boring and I write in Google Docs. I went through a Google Docs writing period, so I'm hopeful I can still access all of that, because most of my all the work I've done on my high fantasy is, I think, still in Google Docs. I'm pretty sure I think I tried to copy all of them into Word documents at one point just in case. But yeah, if I go looking for my high fantasy stuff and I can't find it, I may freak out. That's one, it'll be very different when I get back to it again, but I do not want to start from scratch. Particularly all of the tables I've done of the huge number of clans. Many clans, many colors, many animal sigils. My favorite one is the narwhal. And my favorite character has the narwhal. She is not very liked in the family, though. She is rather like Blue, except a lot bolder. And cares less about what people say and think of her. So she's what Blue would be if Blue was cool. Oh, it was a lovely stream. Can't wait for the next one. I might already have an idea for a story if we go with the animal perspective idea. I think we'll go with that one for the next one. I've switched from Google Docs to Ellipsis, and aside from West Spelling Checker, it's a blast. Also, they added a rainbow theme this month, and it's here to stay. Beautiful. Everything is better with rainbows. Yay! I think I just stole a bit of a tune from the 80s My Little Pony movie. There's always another rainbow. Why do I remember this? Why do I remember songs from 80s My Little Pony movies, but I can't remember to finish making the soup? Oh, goodness me. Blue is a little hopeless. Just a little bit. Oh, yes, I think I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy writing in Obsidian at the moment. And once I get the tablet, I'll be able to I'll have to subscribe to their sharing their sharing app sort of thing, or whatever they call it. I forget what they call it. The Obsidian thing that allows you to automatically have access on multiple devices. I mean, it can be used with OneDrive and other such things, but it's complicated, and I tried and it wouldn't work. Because you're a Pegasus. A core memory. Yes, we did love My Little Pony. I kept a lot of our ponies, our toy ones. I think I got rid of most of the imitation ones. I kept a few of them because they were beloved or cute, but all of the proper brand ones I hung on to. Oh, I could try revising an Ember Born of Rain this time, if you'd like. We remember the strangest things from childhood media. The first French song I could sing from memory is the opening to The Mysterious Cities of Gold. Yes, that's a French series and I'm learning French. Go for it. I'm still, my Japanese. I need to improve my Japanese. One of my lovely siblings got me an absolutely gorgeous Japanese study book for my birthday, and I've barely looked at it. I want to. I need to look at it, but I need to figure out how to make some flashcards and stuff, because I think that's the best way I study. But then I need to spend all the time putting everything from the book into flashcards. And as we've been over, Blue is slightly lacking in the time. There's also a few other things I really want to do that's sort of streaming and writing related, but not quite. It's in a similar vein, and it will take a fair amount of time and effort to get that done, but I know a few songs entirely in Spanish. Awesome. Spanish is a useful language. So is French. Both spoken in many places due to the colonization that did happen. Oh, dear. Maybe we should do another karaoke sometime soon. We've only done the one on my birthday. Maybe I should make a karaoke channel in the Discord, and any songs you'd like Blue to try to learn, you can just throw in there, and I'll browse it at one point. Oh, it has helped my Spanish grade. A lot, along with Longota. Yes. Maybe I should try to do a Japanese song or two next karaoke. It is, traditional for VTubers to sing Japanese songs. And I should be able to, given I do have a background in Japanese. How long have I procrastinated ending the stream? It's a while now. Okay. Oh, music and games taught me English. Excellent. Sort of like, oh dear. Yes, media is so useful when it comes to learning languages. But I try watching anime and Japanese TV, but my listening, I just can't hook on. I can't sort of, I think it's because my head just keeps trying to, manually translate everything instead of just come to understand it, hearing it as a whole. And I really need to get to that level somehow. Oh. Sorry. Oh, it amuses me how little nice songs there are in Esperanto on YouTube that you know of. Yet how nice Esperanto sounds from Hatsune Miku. Like there's an Esperanto Hatsune Miku cover of Bad Apple. I love Bad Apple. A few minutes, give or take. Oh, but we love your yapping. Yay, yapping. Oh, Not a Devil is a nice song. Yeah, nobody over here learns English from school. We all learn it from video games and YouTube. Oh, in Sweden too. Vocaloid is actually nice. There's a particular Vocaloid song that I'd really like to learn. I've forgotten what it's called, but it's... Oh, I'm a little low, am I? Up we go. But it's a really, really fast one. Some... That one. I want to learn how to sing that one, but I don't think I'll be able to. It's a bit much. Oh dear, except those who reject foreign languages totally do not reject foreign languages. We love foreign languages. Language is so important and so beautiful, and I'm still vaguely worried that people think because Google Translate exists that we don't need to learn other languages anymore. That is not true. Google Translate is far from infallible, as in so far. It has no concept of nuance. Ooh. Intense voice of Hugsten Miku? Hugsten Miku? I think my camera is in a slightly weird place. It's not picking me up properly. There we go. Yeah, I can only sing slow songs. I don't have the lungs for fast songs. Possibly Blue doesn't either, but I need to get back to learning German. Ooh, wonderful. Wonderful. The more languages, the better. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Back crack. Back cracking. Oh. Well, our yapping has been fun. Autocorrect hates me. It hates me too. My phone just keeps getting worse and worse. It's just, not only disappointing at the moment, it's full on devastating part of the time if I'm stressed. I'm holding small one 2 in one arm and trying to talk to small one and then trying to send an important message in the other hand, and every word I try to type out is spelt incorrectly. Oh, I wonder how much I would like the Pretty Boys Detective Club series. I have a feeling Blue might vibe with it. Well, you got me at Pretty Boys, and then Detective Club sealed the deal. I'm keen. I'm keen. Autocorrect corrects to my conlangs all the time. It's infuriating, but it is still a very interesting and idiosyncratic problem to have. I'm sure there's not too many people who can have, can boast that their autocorrect corrects to their conlangs. Well, autocorrect hates all. We are united in annoyance. Oh. 4 months of being into Neue Deutschart has taught me more German than 3 years middle school German lessons. Oh, I never had any... Oh, wait, no, that's not true. I had a few Indonesian classes in primary school, which is a useful language to learn here in Australia, given they are a neighbour. But other than that, it was only Japanese. I never had any proper classes on any other languages. Wait, memories. I think classroom teacher in grade 5 may have taught us a few French words, but it's more like a word here and there as opposed to being actual lessons. Okay. If Blue wants to eat something before going to bed, she'd probably get a wriggle on. So, thank you so much for coming. It was so lovely to have everyone. So lovely to have everyone. So lovely to read these wonderful stories. Remember, the Discord is there. If you are not joined up, the link's in the description. We would love so much to have you. And so we'll probably have a Dark Academia world building stream again next week, assuming I don't manage to get to 2 streams this week. Oh, I want to so badly, but I don't know if it's possible. We'll see what happens. At one point, there will be some Dark Academia plotting or world building or character building if we prefer. Maybe I'll make a poll and see what we prefer to do. World building, character building, or story planning. Because we can't plan too much of the story without doing all of the world building, I don't think. But we could at least come up with... That's what I wanted to do. I wanted push events and just random ideas for events that we want to happen in the book. That could be fun to do. I love doing that. I did that for the first time in ages the other day because I've started trying... I'm going off on a tangent again. I'm going to keep going. I've been trying to plan the next volume of Main Magical Project. I'm still confused about how I'm going to refer to it. sort of... Okay, this is probably easiest. Volume 1 has 3 parts, sort of book 1, book 2, book 3 of volume 1. And the first one's almost finished. The second 2 have been written in their draft form but need a serious amount of overhaul. But I've started trying to pull volume 2 together, so, I know where I'm headed when I eventually get up to there. And there's just a few specific things I needed to know. And if I'm not, actively writing the story at the time, I just need to sit and sort of empty head and just figure out exactly what events I want to happen and where they go and what things need solving. And yeah, it felt really nice. I think I prefer sort of plotting with other people the way we do it, but it's still good to do it by myself. And it felt, despite the fact I was just sitting on a chair and thinking, it felt really productive. Oh, I have taken Spanish class a few years too, but YouTube is really useful too. Wonderful. Thank you for lending your lovely voice to these tales, Blue, and thank you to all who wrote them in the first place. Thank you so much. You are so very welcome. Although I must admit that I don't plan my stories beyond scenes on a checklist. Everyone does it differently. How about she just got magical? Yeah, that's main magical project. That's the one I'm talking about. It's yes, Kaz is the protagonist no matter what, so he has a lot of the POV in the other books, but the first 3 are sort of all Kaz. The first 3 being parts 1, 2, and 3 of volume 1. It's so confusing. I wish I could find a better way to organize this. And yes, and the next books are the books belonging to a different member of the magical team, and I will say no more. We'll say no more. The joy of writing without a plan. I have this mysterious girl, my current main project, and after 2 whole chapters from her debut, I still have no idea what's her role in the story. I'm sure you'll find it. That's a really cool way to write. I'd love to be able to write like that, but I'm a serious planner. It's... yeah. I think the way I prefer to write is to, I write all my notes really haphazardly in no order and then just pull them together into the sort of roughly chapters where they need to be. And then I go through and I sort of write them out slightly more neatly. But then I go through and pretty much imagine the entire scene, entire chapter in as much detail as possible and just write it all out in sloppy notes. And then I come back and I sort of rewrite it properly. I think that's how I'm happiest doing it. It takes a while, but I think it's how I'm happiest doing it. Oh, you guys plan for stuff? It must be nice. Oh no, I prefer if I could do it without planning now and again. I mean, I know we've got to sort of do some ad hoc planning and world building then and make things work in the story, but still, at least things would get done if you could just sit down and write. Oh, I'm half plan, half hyper imagine a few scenes. Oh, that was a lovely stream. Now it's high time for me to walk to Aldi. Have a nice time, everyone. You have Aldi. I'm so jealous. I'd love an Aldi. Okay, thank you so much for coming for the upteenth time. And wherever you are in the world, good night to you, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, all of them. And I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that's what you deserve. Let me turn off the background music and get the lyrics up and try not to let my voice crack too badly. Of all the money that here I have spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm I've ever done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be to us all. Oh, because it looks like it's late for most of you. Get some rest. Good plan. Good evening. Thanks for the stream. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Until next time. Until next time. Bye.